Destro versus Serpentor Khan. But can Snake Eyes and Scarlet's team of Covert Joes save Springfield in time? Presented by Skybound Entertainment, distributed by Image Comics. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Volume 1, Issue 312. When we last left the battle for the fate of Springfield, Cobra Commander's forces and Serpentor Khan's cyborg-enhanced, revenant-driven, zombified Cobra troops converged on the town sports field. Cobra Commander's plot to ambush Serpentor's invaders initially succeeded, but the tide of battle shifted multiple times. It all culminated in Serpentor Khan facing off against Destro on the battlefield after Destro arrived seeking revenge and intending to rescue the Baroness. As Destro and Serpentor Khan prepare for a single combat, the stakes couldn't be higher. Serpentor Khan, with his mutant strength, faces off against Destro, a master of hand-to-hand combat. This promises to be a brutal clash on the chaotic battlefield of Springfield. Serpentor Khan taunts, "This is not your fight, Destro. Why meddle in affairs that do not concern you?" Destro counters, "In your previous existence, you slaughtered and plundered your way from the China Sea to the Caspian. Why should I believe Serpentor Khan would stop here in Springfield?" The fight begins amidst the chaos of dead zombified troopers, explosions, and debris raining down everywhere. The battlefield of Springfield becomes the stage for this epic confrontation. Serpentor Khan begins to showcase his strength, landing a series of powerful blows. First one punch, then another, followed by a vicious chop and a massive roundhouse kick. Serpentor Khan taunts, "You think you're strong enough to follow my plans? I think not." He continues his relentless assault, striking Destro repeatedly. Finally, Destro counters with a well-placed headbutt. Serpentor Khan smirks and says, "Not bad, but all you manage is a bloody nose." Serpentor Khan continues his relentless assault, delivering a powerful roundhouse kick followed by a slam to the back of Destro's neck. He then picks up Destro and hurls him across the battlefield. Serpentor Khan declares, "I fought my way across Asia and deep into Europe with bow, lance, and a sword and a fist." A great Khan earns his position through martial prowess, not by inheriting wealth from his ancestors. Do you truly believe a great Khan can be defeated by the chieftain of a minor clan, a man who hides his visage behind a steel mask? It becomes clear that Serpentor Khan has the upper hand in hand-to-hand combat. Destro brushes himself off and retorts, bold words for someone who looks like they've been dunking fryer chips with their face. "You may be an undisputed master of personal combat and a light horse tactics, but the methods of warfare have advanced considerably since the Middle Ages. Now we have laser targeting." As Destro activates a laser beam directly at Serpentor Khan's chest, Serpentor Khan scoffs and replies, "Light shows do not scare me." Destro says, "I'm designating you as a target, and the paved penny system in the Mars-built VTOL bomber transport is tracking and locking. The launch sequence activates automatically. Such is the way of modern combat. This VTOL bomber transport is a brand new creation from Mars Industries. Destro fights unfairly by using the VTOL to send bombers raining fire and explosions directly onto Serpentor Khan. As the devastation unfolds, Destro watches while Serpentor Khan stands with his arms open, seemingly welcome the onslaught. Unknown to everyone, Destro had additional technology, a helmet, and a specialized contact lens that allowed him to physically control the detonation with his eyes. The red targeting beam was not coming from the VTOL bomber, but from Destro himself. He had planned this all along, designating the target and knowing he could not defeat Serpentor Khan in hand-to-hand combat. Is this the end of Serpentor Khan? At Springfield's main shopping district, the zombified Cobra Viper says, "Serpentor Khan ordered us to attack the community center. Why are you leading us to the hospital?" The Frag Viper responds, "It's closer and nowhere near as well defended as Cobra Commander's basement bunkers. This should be a cakewalk, easy pickings. Before assaulting a fortified position, we can put their wounded out of their misery and destroy their medical infrastructure." As the Frag Viper continues, he suddenly notices something in front of him. The Frag Viper notices in front of them a G.I. Joe team consisting of Snake Eyes, Jinx, Storm Shadow, Scarlet, and Dawn Morano, along with some dreadnought blocking the hospital entrance. Snake Eyes firmly declare, "None shall pass." The Frag Viper laughs mockingly and says, "Ha! They're all armed with medieval weapons and power tools. Not a single modern firearm between them. We'll roll through them like a mechanical reaper in a field of wheat." Snake Eye responds coolly, "Let's roll." The Joes launch their attack, with Storm Shadow using his katana to slice through the cyborg troops. Snake Eyes joins in, cutting down several enemies with precision, while Scarlet takes out a few using ninja stars and her crossbow. Jinx expertly disables more Cobra troops with her agility and skill. Meanwhile, Dawn Morano wields her katana, slicing the tops off of the heads of 3 zombified cyborg cobras. She quips, "These cyborgs are already half dead. I'm just making them deader." The Dreadnoughts, Buzzer, Thrasher, and Road Pig unleash the chaos on the Cobra troops while riding their motorcycles. Buzzer wields a chainsaw, Thrasher uses a mechanical claw, and Road Pig swings a piece of concrete mounted on an axe handle. Together they take off their heads, legs, and arms of the advancing Cobra troops, leaving devastation in their wake. The Frag Viper, leading the Cobra troops, stays in the background while the rescue team of the G.I. Joes and Dreadnoughts wreak havoc. Observing the chaos, he mutters to himself, "It's up to me then, and I'm not stupid enough to engage them at close range. I'll just stand back here and vaporize them with my grenades." However, before he could act, a shot rings out from behind, hitting the Frag Viper in the head. The shooter is none other than Destro. Destro demands, "Where is she?" referring to the Baroness. Snake Eyes responds, "Zartan is on his way down with her." The Joes and the Dreadnoughts meet up with Zartan, who is followed closely by Destro. Zartan explains, "She just came out of the ER. The surgeon says she's been stabilized, but she needs to be moved to the ICU." Destro quickly gives orders, "Eagle 1, I need a Dominator at the hospital as soon as possible." The Baroness is stabilized, but she needs to be transported out of Springfield to receive ICU care. The Baroness emerges from the ER just as the Dominators land. Destro commands, "Wild Boar, load the Baroness into the transport equipped with medical facilities and fly her back to Scotland immediately." Scarlet attempts to speak to Destro, but he dismisses her concerns and coldly demands, "Where is that idiot?" in Scottish, referring to Cobra Commander. At the community center, a Techno Viper reports, "I'm afraid there's more bad news, Cobra Commander, and some good news as well. The Siege, who is standing in for you in your battle armor, is seriously incapacitated and has requested to be relieved. Vipers are bringing him here in a Stinger." He also reports that while the ambush force had great success against Serpentor's cyborg, it was ultimately decimated by Destro's forces. Cobra Commander, visibly agitated, asks, "And the good news?" The Techno Viper continues, "Serpentor Khan was obliterated by a laser-guided missile designated by Destro. Destro was last seen leaving the hospital, but we've lost track of him, and I don't know where he's headed." Cobra Commander erupts, "He's coming here, you idiot. Are we headed into a new arc? Is Serpentor Khan truly dead?" It certainly seems that way, as the Techno Viper insists he has been obliterated by Destro. The Crimson Guard, wearing Cobra Commander's battle armor, demands, "Where's the roof security team? What happened to the his tank crews?" As he begins to piece together that Cobra Commander only cares about his own safety, not the troops, he sees the commander fortifying and bolstering his personal security. Despite this realization, the Crimson Guard in the Cobra Commander armor remains a brave soldier. Taking charge, he commands, "Give me that launcher." He orders the others to barricade the entrance foyer and set up an inner perimeter. "I think we're past the point where luck is a factor," he declares as he heaves a massive launcher ready for the fight. Destro comes flying in and demands, "Where are all your loyal Vipers?" The Crimson Guard replies, "They are inside. This is between you and me, Destro." Destro stares at him with an intense, evil glare. The Crimson Guard may have killed many and ordered countless deaths, but he is directly responsible for the Baroness ending up in the ICU and almost dead. The confrontation is not going to end well for the Crimson Guard, who is impersonating Cobra Commander. Destro sneers, "If you were the real Cobra Commander, you'd be inside your bunker and all the troops would be out here." The imposter Cobra Commander orders, "Stay right there and put your hands up." Destro, holding a mysterious briefcase, remains unconcerned. Inside the bunker, the real Cobra Commander yells angrily, "What are you doing, you incompetent fools? You don't want him captured. We want him dead." that? Destro calmly responds, I'll tell you what, let me put my briefcase down and I'll disarm myself. The Crimson Guard replies, you do that. Destro smirks with pleasure as rockets suddenly fire from his iconic wrist gauntlets. Destro stands unmoved, his cold gaze fixed on the impostor. Cobra Commander observes those rockets aren't free flight, they're guided. He's using the same targeting system built into his mask that he used to annihilate Serpentor Khan. The rockets launch from Destro's gauntlet streak forward with precision guided by his mask. They hit their mark, obliterating the impostor, Crimson Guard, masquerading as Cobra Commander. The explosion sent pieces of the battle armor flying in every direction. Destro remains motionless, standing amidst the chaos, his cold and calculating gaze fixed on the aftermath. Iconic. As the G.I. Joe, Zartan, and the Dreadnought witness the explosion, they approach to assess the situation. Destro states it was an imposter in his battle armor. The genuine Cobra Commander is cowering in his bunker beneath the community center. It falls to me to go inside and root him out. Zartan replies, the Nooks and I have your back. Scarlet adds, the Joe Ninjas will back your play as well. Destro responds with a curt nod. I appreciate the gestures, but that will not be necessary. With that, he begins striding purposely into the community center. His intent is clear, to confront and eliminate Cobra Commander once and for all for his scheming, his double-crossing, and most of all, for ordering the attack that left the Baroness critically injured. Destro declares, I intend to settle this mano a mano. Do not follow me inside. He leaves the Joe Ninja team and the Dreadnoughts behind, striding into the building alone, addressing Cobra Commander and the Cobra Vipers who are listening. He states, I know you have surveillance cams and mics. Cobra Commander, I'm coming for you. The Iron Grenadiers have sealed off your tunnel escape routes. Destro tells the G.I. Joe Ninja team and the Dreadnoughts, I suggest you all step back to the far end of the parking lot, as there will soon be a significant amount of flying debris. It's Destro versus Cobra Commander, mano a mano, in the conclusion to the Cobra Civil War, presented by Skybound Entertainment, distributed by Image Comics. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Volume 1, Issue 313.